artificial vegetative propagation is on three tabs. Number one, cutting. Number two, grafting. And number three, layering. These are the three types of artificial vegetative propagation. These are three methods. So first we shall discuss about the cutting. In cutting, as we have discussed just that, we take the potato and we cut the potato into different pieces and we sow these pieces in the soil, and each piece having the buds will develop into a new plant. This is cutting. Okay? So in cutting, we cut the pieces of different vegetative parts of the plant and we develop a new plant from it. This is cutting. This is simple method. Second method is grafting. So in this method, grafting is very important and very interesting method, and with the help of this method we can get different type of flowers of the same species from the same plant. For example, we are having white rose in our home and we go to another place and there we see red rose, and we want to grow both white and red rose from the same plant. It is possible by this method. For this method, we take the cut stem of these two plants of the same species. This cut stem, which is having the roots, there are two parts. One is having the roots. This is called a stalk. This lower part, which is having the pod, which is having the root, this part is called a stalk. Suppose this is white rose. We have taken here white rose. Okay? And here we have taken the cut stem of another plants of the same species, like this is red rose. So this cut stem is called scion. Upper part without root is called scion, lower part with root is called stalk. And we cut it in this slanting bed and we join it like this. And now we wrap it with a cloth. And here, one point that is very important, that its cambium should be aligned. Cambium is the middle part of the stem. It should be aligned. That's why, so that the xylem and phloem can be connected. After some time, the xylem, phloem and other tissues of both of the cut stems are joined and it will start to behave as a single plant, and it will provide both of the flowers, white as well as red. This method is called grafting. Okay? Now, next method is layering. Layering. Layering method. In this method, we keep the plants having very soft stem. Here we keep the plants having very soft stems like a strawberry, okay, and other plants. And in this method, we take the plants like this, and other parts of the plant is bent down, leaving some parts of it exposed in the air. And this part of the stem is submerged under the soil. It's clear? Okay, this is the plant, parent plant, and we go it down, and this part is placed under the soil, leaving some of its part exposed in the air with leaves so that it can prepare the food. Okay? Now, after some days, what could be observed that the roots also start to develop from this part. It means it is developing a new plant. Now, when these roots develop, these roots will start to absorb the water, minerals, etc. from the soil, and now we cut it from this parent plant, and it will start to behave as a single plant. So this method is called layering because when we move it down like that, we place it under the soil, under the layer of the soil. That's why it is called layering method. So these were the three methods of artificial vegetative propagation. That is number 1 cutting, number 2 grafting, and number 3 layering. Okay, tissue culture. This is the latest and very advanced technique of the reproduction. Tissue culture, that is clear from the word that in this method we don't use any part of the plant, we use only some cells or tissues of the plants, and with the help of these a small number of the tissues we develop different plants. And here we take the meristematic cells of the plants. These meristematic cells have the ability to divide. So we take some meristematic cells from the plants and we culture it in the lab. We culture it in different culture medium which have different nutrients and hormones needed for growth. And finally we get a very small baby plants here in the lab. This method is advanced technique and it is very important, it is very advantageous because the plants so formed will be disease resistant. First one, because all this process takes place in the lab. Second, it needs a less attention. Okay, and here we can grow any plant in any season. So let's discuss about its method. For this we prepare some culture solutions like this. We take different pots here. Number 2, number 3. In the first, we have taken here a mixture of the hormones and nutrients. Nutrients. Here we have taken nutrients plus hormone. This is called culture medium. That is needed for the division of the cells, for cell division. Here we take cytokinin hormone. Okay, and in this culture medium we take the tissues. Some tissues we have taken. Now, what happens? These tissues divide in this medium because these are the nutrients and hormones needed for cell division. So these tissues will divide to form a group of the tissue, a mass of the tissue that is called callus. Now we transfer this callus in the second medium. This second medium is having the nutrients and hormones needed for the growth of the roots. Okay? Needed for the growth of the roots. So what did we observe now? So here what happens, it is having the nutrients and hormones needed for the development of the roots. So here from this mass, means callus, the roots like structures can develop like this. Now we transfer it into third medium Here it is having the nutrients and hormones needed for the development of the stem plus leaves. So here you will get very fine, very small plants having the small leaves and roots. Here we have the bunch of the or group of the very small baby plants having very small leaves and stems and roots, and these plants so formed are called plantlets. These are called plantlets. Okay? Now this is ready. All this process takes place in the lab. Now the plantlets so formed are introduced here in the field where they grow further. So in this way, this process of tissue culture takes place. Okay? Thank you.